So anyway, I thought I'd give you a picture of where we're at in July and so on. There are a few spots where I've got pretty good clumps of poison ivy that's gotten started. I will spray those. I try not to use it, but poison ivy is the one thing I don't want getting populated out in this field. And for me, at least, mechanical methods are not ideal. I wish I was one of those people who wasn't allergic to it, but that is not the case. So we'll probably put a little 2,4-D on those, knock them back, and so forth. But rather not. But I'm just not. I'm just not going to let it get established, because that could take over pretty good sized chunks of the field. So, and there's lots of poison ivy in the rest of the place, so it isn't going to go away entirely. But this section where I'm standing here right now, I kind of have in just, I don't know, regular pasture grass, if you will. But there are some of the native wildflowers that got established out here. Probably dropped some seed out of the no-till planter I used, or had a little bit in it still when I was planting this section. So that's cool. I might actually dig those and take them home with me and start some there. Anyway, well, I hope you're having a great day. It's like I said, early July. I think the 7th of July, and just wanted to give you an update on how we're doing on the native grasses. A lot of times people would look out at something like this and see just a field of weeds, and that's when you want to start looking a little closer. So there's some coneflowers. These are Indian blanket flower that are just at the end. I'm sorry, they're not Indian blanket. I'll remember the name in a minute. That's an Indian blanket flower right there. The native grasses are getting a good start here this year. There's black-eyed Susan out here. Other just all kinds of native forbs that are really, taking hold this year. We're still going to have what I'll say is weed pressure here with foxtail and barnyard grass mainly, but I have to say I'm encouraged with what I'm seeing, especially like this Maximilian sunflowers here, and there's quite a bit of it, that's getting a good strong start this year, and that's a perennial sunflower. There is a lot of common sunflower in the field. That's another item that we'll see how it goes. I may end up just getting out here and manually taking some of that out. And a purple coneflower, so it's just been a real pleasure to walk this field and kind of see what we're getting. I have to tell you, and if you're considering, or if you've just planted your own native grass field, native forbs and grasses, and it's first year for you, I will tell you, you're going to be disappointed that first year, and you're going to think you made a big mistake. I know I did. When I planted the first half of this, the conditions weren't ideal. It was just a little wet. I should have probably waited another couple of days. But then I had planted the rest of a couple days later. It was a little drier. But boy, last year I thought we just had total crop failure, if you want to call it a crop. But that's one of the few crops that Froghair Farm has. That's why it's called Froghair Farm, because it's about as much farm as there is hair on a frog. So just you know, I was told to have patience, and I did. And last year, I mowed this relatively frequently. I do kind of wish I would have mowed one more time late summer, but I didn't. That's more Maximilian sunflower. There's some ragweed and so forth in here, which I'm perfectly fine with. This common sunflower, though, it is pretty heavy in some spots, and in those spots I may, go out and just hand weed them. But I'm just thrilled this year, though. I have to tell you, that the quantity of the native forbs, meaning the wildflowers here, is exceeding my expectations substantially. Last year we had some, and last year I could easily mow around them, and this year there's no chance. I have a 12-foot mower, and last year, like I said, I could easily mow around them, preserve them. This year, though, there would be no chance of that. At the end of last season, I thought I would probably be mowing at least once this year, and I've decided that is not going to be the case. We're not going to mow. We're going to see what happens, and I think that's the best way to go in this particular case. I'm looking for my glasses. Uh-oh. They may be lost. But anyway, won't be any mowing getting done this year on this field. But I probably will get out here and do some just some selective weeding manually, just to try to suppress the population of some of the non-native species. But I thought I'd take you along for a walk. I'm just out here this evening, kind of walking the field, seeing what we've got going. And like I said, I think I know I'm pretty darn happy with where we're at, given that this is really a little past the beginning of the second year for this planting. One thing I've noticed, this field was in soybeans before, about 3 years straight of soybeans, and with currently conventional farming practice, and my neighbor farmed it, and he's a great guy, a good farmer, but it has changed out here. The number of birds, the wildlife, the things I find out here there's definitely been an improvement. And that was one of the objectives that I have here is, improve wildlife habitat, give pollinators something to work with, bring this ground back to more of a natural state. And enjoy it that way. That's kind of my was my objective, several of them, and I think we're meeting them. I really do. I think we're getting there, going in the right direction anyway. And now I'm just really excited to see where we're at this time next year. I really hope we can get a good strong stand of the native grasses this year built and naturally suppress some of the annual grasses that are pretty pervasive here. Last year one of my biggest reasons for mowing last year was to try to keep the foxtail and barnyard grass from going to seed. Well, that was a losing battle, to say the least. I like to think that we saved a few million seeds from going into the ground, but I'm also going to tell you that a few million seeds definitely did go into the ground, and they're going to be here for a while. So really the primary strategy on that will be to keep this native stand growing. Now, we look at that, that big thistle. Normally I wouldn't be looking forward to getting rid of that thing. That would be a weed. I'm going to let it grow, and we're going to see what happens with it. But the reality is, I really can't be disappointed with where we're at this year. I think, not that I have a lot of experience, but I like to think that we have a pretty good stand going, given this is really entering into our second year of production. So anyway, just a short walkthrough. I hope you enjoy it. It's one of those things I wish my dad was around to see, because I think he would have enjoyed this. But it is what it is. We can, and hopefully future generations of our family can continue to enjoy it. So anyhow, I'll sign off here today, and have a great one. Thanks.